Conventional wisdom says osteoporosis can only be managed, not reversed. But one woman proved the experts wrong, improving her bone density by 6%. And you can too. Keep watching to discover the 5-step protocol that my client used to reverse her osteoporosis. Bone health is a hot topic right now, particularly for women, half of whom will suffer an osteoporosis-related fracture in their lifetime. By age 80, the average woman will have lost 30% of her bone density. Menopause and the decline of estrogen are a big driver of female bone loss, but there are additional factors that are equally important and can produce real results when optimized, like my client Ellen experienced firsthand. Unfortunately, conventional medicine insists that exercise, diet, and supplementation just slows down bone loss, and that the only way to improve bone density is with medications. But that's not true, at least not in all cases. That's why in this video, I want to tell you about Ellen and her real-life natural reversal of her osteoporosis. She achieved these results by optimizing her lifestyle, dialing in her nutrition, and utilizing evidence-based supplements that support bone health and regeneration. And you better believe I'll be sharing the exact protocol that Ellen used to reverse her bone loss so that you can prevent or perhaps even reverse osteoporosis yourself. But don't take it from me. Here's what Ellen had to say in her recent email. Hi, Dr. Kate. I had a DEXA scan last week, and it showed a 6% improvement in bone density. Apparently, with this new number, I no longer have osteoporosis in my spine, just osteopenia. The improvement is so significant that they can't believe I did this without medication. Amazing! I'm feeling very healthy and I'm doing great thanks to you. Obviously, I was more than a little excited to hear this good news, and so I asked her for some details. Ellen sent me her DEXA results, and sure enough, there was the proof. The bone loss that had previously been diagnosed in her spine had improved by 6.1%, enough improvement that she only has osteopenia instead of osteoporosis. Given that osteoporotic spinal fractures cause a downward spiral of chronic pain and loss of mobility, this is absolutely huge for Ellen's longevity and quality of life. While she has slightly less improvement in the bone density of her hips, 3.6% and 5.5%, remember that any improvement is supposed to be impossible without strong medications like Fosamax and Boniva. And preventing hip fracture is sometimes a matter of life and death, since over 20% of people die within a year of breaking their hip due to complications. So how did Ellen achieve these amazing results? Well, I'm about to tell you. But before I dive into the details, I just want to mention that I compiled her supplement protocol into a handy PDF that you can download at the link in the video description. You'll also find a link to order these practitioner-grade supports via my discount FullScript dispensary, so be sure to check that out once we're done. The first key factor that helped Ellen reverse her osteoporosis is being intentional about her protein intake. Yes, protein is having a moment in the health and wellness conversation, especially for older women, and for good reason. Research shows that higher protein intake is associated with better retention of muscle mass, and maintaining skeletal muscle is huge for bone health. One study found a 32% lower risk of frailty when there was a 20% increase in protein intake. And other studies confirm that increased protein reduces fracture risk from osteoporosis. Unfortunately, women tend to eat less protein as they age. I typically recommend that women try to eat 30 to 35 grams of protein at every meal at minimum. The second key factor that helped Ellen reverse her osteoporosis is by ditching her regular old calcium supplement and replacing it with microcrystalline hydroxyapatite concentrate, or MCHC. While calcium is an essential mineral needed for healthy bone, if supplemented alone, it doesn't address the quality of the bone matrix. Unlike calcium carbonate or citrate, MCHC mimics the composition of human bone, supporting both density and the architecture of the bone, promoting bone strength as well. It contains calcium and phosphorus that are in the natural ratio found in bone, as well as trace minerals such as magnesium, zinc, and others that act as cofactors in bone metabolism. MCHC also includes bone matrix proteins like type 1 collagen, which support bone strength and quality. It also happens to be highly absorbable and backed by 30-plus years of research. I'll include my favorite extra-strength MCHC supplement, the same one that Ellen used, in the video description links. The third key factor that helped Ellen reverse her osteoporosis is strength training. Ellen is a super active person. She's always walked, ridden her bike, and done yoga. But upping the ante and lifting weights does even more for her bone health. Not only does strength training help you maintain muscle mass and boost bone density, but it also promotes mobility and protects against falls, which is one of the common ways that women end up with osteoporosis-related fractures. Balance plus healthy muscle mass equals longevity. The fourth key factor that helped Ellen reverse her osteoporosis is actually two strategies in one. By optimizing her intake of vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, she's promoting healthy mineral absorption and making sure that the calcium from the MCHC is appropriately integrated into new bone. Most people have heard that vitamin D is crucial for absorbing calcium and phosphorus, but it also plays an important role in regulating remodeling, the process by which the body is constantly breaking down and building up your bones via osteoclasts and osteoblasts. It also decreases bone inflammation. I like to see vitamin D levels between 70 and 90 nanograms per milliliter on blood testing, which typically requires at least 5,000 international units of supplemental vitamin D3 per day for the average adult to maintain. Vitamin K, particularly vitamin K2, also helps with this remodeling process, making sure that calcium ends up in your bones and stays out of your blood vessels and other soft tissues. Research on the combined supplementation of vitamin D and vitamin K found a notable increase in lumbar spine bone mineral density, one of the areas where Ellen saw the most improvement. I'll include my suggested vitamin D plus K supplement in the handout too. The fifth key factor that helped Ellen reverse her osteoporosis is strontium. Strontium is a trace mineral with similar physical and chemical properties as calcium. It occurs naturally in both seawater and soil and provides bone support through its ability to increase the formation of osteoblasts, the cells that build up bone, and slow down the formation of osteoclasts, the cells that break down bone tissue. Because aging, hormone decline, and genetic factors can throw off the balance of bone building and breaking down, strontium is uniquely helpful for preventing bone loss. One clinical study found that patients who supplemented with bone-supportive micronutrients, including strontium, for 12 months saw an increase in bone density on repeat DEXA scans. Food sources of strontium include cabbage, parsley, grapefruit, nuts, asparagus, onion, carrot, tomato, dandelion, oranges, and cucumber. But Ellen took a high-dose strontium supplement as part of her osteoporosis reversal protocol. I'll add it to the protocol list in the video description for you. Ellen was excited to see what her doctor had to say about her outstanding improvement, especially since she'd previously been chastised for not trying Fosamax or Prolia. She said, "I can't wait to see my doctor's reaction to these tests, since she basically told me I was a fool to think I could rely on the vitamin diet exercise approach for improvement." It is frustrating that conventional medicine is not promoting these types of evidence-based strategies, especially given how much research there is to support their benefits. There's no way that Ellen would have seen the improvements she did if she'd kept on taking regular calcium, plain vitamin D, and just walking. But she's living proof that with the right approach, one that takes a comprehensive view of bone health, reversal of bone loss is possible. And now you can benefit from her wisdom and hard work too. All you need to do is head over to the video description to get a PDF of Ellen's protocol. You'll also find a link where you can order the exact supplements that she used via my Fullscript dispensary. Did I mention you'll get a really nice discount too? Be sure to check it out. Thanks so much for watching this video and for supporting my channel. It might not seem like much, but every like, subscribe, and comment helps someone find the functional medicine strategies that they need to get relief or prevent health problems down the road. That's pretty cool if you think about it. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.